Is game night in Atlanta as we welcome you to our coverage of the Pro Volleyball Federation. The Vibe were dealt a surprise sweep this weekend at the hands of Grand Rapids. They'll look to rebound and close their homestand against a team they swept earlier this season. From Gas South Arena, it's the Atlanta Vibe against the Vegas Thrill. And we are ready to go. Hi, everyone. Andy Demetra, Keely Evelyn. Great to be with you. And the Teal may be for real, Keely. The Thrill, 3-1 on the year, and all three of their wins have come in 5 sets. They are thriving under the pressure.
Pretty impressive, and 2 of those wins have been reverse sweeps. The question is, can you do it on the road? Today against Atlanta will be a huge test.
Yeah, their first match away from Lee's Family Forum, but the good news, they did bring along for the road trip the League Player of the Week. The setter, Alicia Glass-Childers, continues to perform at an elite level.
A legend in the game. Alicia Glass has a bronze medal with the Olympic team. Glass is able to make her teammates around her better and then figure out a way, regardless of who coach puts in, to make those teammates successful. Glass, just class all around. Impressive setting performance we're going to see today, guaranteed.
Meanwhile, it was a humbling last match for the Vibe as they were swept on their home court by Grand Rapids. But if there was a silver lining, the league MVP, Aaliyah Edmond, may be starting to find her form.
Edmond hit 500 in the third set against Grand Rapids. 3 double-doubles on the season. Edmond has complete game on the defensive block. You have to think about her ability to work different shots. Edmond can do it. She'll need a big game today. She's got to carry a major offensive load to open up the seams for her teammates. Get ready for an Edmond show.
The Vibe have never lost to the Thrill. 5-0 all time. All set for first serve at Gas South Arena. Our starting lineups and in play after this. Into the Pro Volleyball Federation tonight, Andy Demetra and Keely Evelyn. Second matchup of the season between the Vibe and the Vegas Thrill. Vibe have never lost, like we said, to Vegas. 5-0 all time. They've only allowed 1 set win from the Thrill, but Vegas, one of the better teams this early PVF season, Keely.
This is a match Vegas wants badly, knowing that Atlanta Vibe took their only loss. Vegas is deep. They've found their roster. You got Cameron Hanna starting on the right side today. Childress Glass really getting things going for the offense, offensively being the setter.
Taylor Hand, the outside hitter from Winter Garden, Florida, puts it in play, and we are underway. And Caleb Banworth is mixing up her lineup, most notably at setter, as that swing is long for the first Atlanta point. In that third set versus Grand Rapids, Keely, she subbed out her setter, Marty Monserrat, for the rookie Mia Tuaninga. Vibe didn't get the win, but they had by far their best hitting percentage in that third set. And so, Tuaninga, the former All-American for Southern Cal, gets her first career start. Also, the Vibe are without their outside hitter, the rookie Pia Timmer, injured her right ankle in that Grand Rapids match, and so had the fellow rookie from Florida State and Arkansas in the starting rotation as well.
This is what you love about pro volleyball, as you see Hannah taking that rip from the back row. It's anybody's game. This is why you come in a setter. Tuaninga knows her game, very confident, stayed aggressive in practice. You earn your points in practice, you get your start, and then you never look back.
Had a lot of space to work with on that setter dump in that third set on Sunday. Had 12 assists, 1 kill. Vibe hit 500 as that one did catch the court. Side out for the Thrill. What's impressed you so far about Vegas? 3-1, and like we had noted, all 3 of those wins have come in 5 sets.
You know, I've always been impressed with the game of Childress, this setter. She's able to throw any teammates around her and then make them successful. As you see her trying to force the middle, get that established early on the set. But Childress, you'll watch her just finesse. Her former teammate, head coach Caleb Banworth, called her brilliant in the game. Just her setting decision, just always been impressive.
Leah Edmond throws it into the block for the side out. Edmond a double-double in that sweep by Grand Rapids as we take another look off the bump set from Morgan Hess.
Just so clever, taking something off, going off the right hand of Hannah.
The Vibe were dominant in that sweep at Lee's Family Forum in match 2 over Vegas, but the one player who was kind of hidden in plain sight was the MVP Leah Edmond. She had a negative hitting percentage as she takes a rip and finds the seam. 4-2 Atlanta.
You'll see the setter to Aninga really getting it going for Edmond. Watch it pop off her hands. No spin on that ball. So clean and flat. Edmond getting a nice court look on that swing.
Caleb Banworth told us she loves the way Mia Tuaninga creates opportunities. She understands that game at a high level. And off the overpasses, Tuaninga feeding at Beeson. Trying to go soft over the block, has that blocked instead for the Vegas point. And it was Allison Mayfield, the veteran, off to a very solid start for Vegas.
Excellent hang time with that second effort by Mayfield.
Had 17 kills, 13 digs in that 5-set win over Orlando. The up by Maddox. You've also been impressed with Hannah Maddox, the second-year pro, second year with the Vibe. Tuaninga dishing, and that swing down the line does catch hands off the swing from the Vibe.
You're going to see the off the hand shot, but it's that set delivery. We have two of the best setters you will ever see in the U.S. on the court right now. Just Pro Volleyball Federation's very deep in that setting position, but both of these setters deliver that fast pop off the hands. Good deliveries.
You got the rookie in the vet, Tuaninga,
right,
and Alicia Childress. It was well read on the off speed. Edmond flying through. Great layout. Has very good passer. Chance for the Vegas off the block touch and a big swing from the 3-meter line. It's put down by Maddox.
That's equivalent of a give and go. You pass to attack. Maddox took the first ball, knew she was ready for it in the back row. Childress looking no further, going to Maddox.
The second-year pro from South Alabama had a team-high 20 points against the Valkyries. 4 serving 5. Quality first touch, but that is blocked. Soaring up from the middle, first block of the night, and it comes from Berkeley Oblad, the homegrown star from Henderson, Nevada.
Oblad all over that read. Vincini going right off the setter's hand. Oblad got the pounce.
Edmond to Aninga, across to Taylor Head, getting the start tonight. And that swing was overcooked by Hannah for the Vibe point.
Calling Clemson matches in the first 2 years, Hannah played on the right side, so very comfortable. We saw her win a national championship at Penn State on the left side. She can do both. This one just getting her in her groove in this match.
Yeah, I love that she won a national championship for the Penn State women, being coached now in her rookie season by Ramon Hernandez Cruz, who was a national champion himself at Penn State back in 1994.
You know, Mayfield taking that swing. Hannah would love to play on the left side where she's comfortable, but it's just hard to find a way in with Mayfield, able to work so many different shots.
Now, Atlanta's still trying to iron things out this early season, Keeley. They do lead the PVF in opponent hitting efficiency, but not quite as potent on offense as we came to expect from the Vibe last year, but continuing to swing at an ultra-high efficiency is the rookie Corey Lewis.
Vibe knows they have to get Lewis involved in the offense, the stronger middle attacker. Tuaninga giving her that first option when he got a good pass.
Corey Lewis tied for the Pro Volleyball Federation leading kill percentage, 500 coming in. Able to find the seam through the block was Oblad.
Oblad at Utah was lethal off of 1 foot behind the setter. You know who knows that? Her setter Childress going strong right to the antenna for that slide tack.
That was a pretty tight slide, although Oblad pounds that serve into the net to put the Vibe ahead by 1. So the Vibe, let's talk about them offensively. They dominated almost every offensive category statistically last year. We're only 4 matches into the season. We know it's early. There's a lot to still shake out, but they're last in the PVF in kills per set. What has kept them maybe in check a little bit to begin this season? And did that redirect off of the Vibe? It did. Point Atlanta.
I think Marley Monterey does an excellent job in the setting game, but this is the depth when Coach Caleb Banworth can go into the bench and say, okay, to Aninga, we're going to give you the start. That fast delivery off your hands, coming out of college volleyball, nice and fresh. Let's see what you can do. But that risk taken, that Coach Banworth says, you know what, I'm going to give the rookie a start, and we saw the best offense in that third set against Grand Rapids.
Muscled through the block for another Vibe point. We'll take another look. Bit of out of his system ball, but a good rip through the block to put the Vibe ahead by 3. And that swing from the number 1 pick, Merritt Beeson, she has already established herself as a fun player to watch. Oh, what a rip down the line. That was with force coming from Maddox.
It's all about the speed of the set. So watch how low the ball goes. Maddox had a moving block at that contact. That's where you can look like you're going cross court, take it, line, catch the defender looking.
Edmond, deep cross. That was kept up by DeFalco. Slide Lewis has that blocked by Maddox. When the Vibe swept the Thrill a couple of weeks ago, Caleb Banworth said her team was unstoppable on that slide attack from Corey Lewis, but you could tell they had that scouted.
You got Hannah Maddox watching some video, getting that up in transition on the block.
Maddox, second-year pro from South Alabama. They'll go to the slide again. Not that time. That was crushed by Lewis.
And that, my friends, is how you develop confidence in a hitter. To Aninga going right back, said, sure, try to do it again. Lewis ready for it, seeing that seam going strong.
That is up high and down hard by the rookie from Florida State. Snug set. And well read from the back by Beeson. Here is Edmond off the top of the hand and down. And the Vibe back out 3.
Coach Banworth talked about we need to improve our tempo of the set, which means the fast out to the antenna. Look at the speed. You catch a moving block, swinging right into that movement, get the tool.
Yeah, Kalo said they're still trying to find their tempo and location with their outside hitters, and maybe that accounts for some of their underwhelming offensive numbers, shaking things up tonight with Tuaninga getting the started setter.
What we're seeing, good passes off of serve receive. This is a quick pass, set, attack, kill. Watch the setter. If she's at the net, you're going to get a one-on-one opportunity.
Setter dump. Tuaninga couldn't get it that time. The back set by Childress. That is blocked. DeFalco ranges underneath it. It pushed deep. But a transition now for the Vibe. The deep cross down for the side out. Merritt Beeson.
Get you some Merritt Beeson. Tuaninga coming off about 10 foot off. Got the hand set off a Hentz. Just giving it right back, knowing Beeson was ready for it.
Now, Morgan Hentz was last year's Pro Volleyball Federation Libero of the Year. It's not just her defense. She is an outstanding passing libero. As Tuaninga takes a rip. It is tamed but blocked. Edmond converging with Vicini to push the Vibe lead to 4.
That was an out-of-system set, and Hannah went in fast. That caused that little hesitation behind her. Great job on getting that close. Vicini with that Edmond set up on the block.
Forces an early Vegas timeout. Vibe 14, Thrill 10, underway in set 1. Our first set wouldn't be a Vibe match without Keeley's keys. What do you got tonight?
For Vegas, you keep force in the middle attack will be key. So you get a good passing system. Childress going back row on that one. for Atlanta. You got to stick that first ball passing contact and then have that match-long communication and team unity. We know when the passing breaks down on either side, you can't get that first ball contact. Easy block set up. When the setter's at the net, you're going to see some quick kills going down.
Great layout by Childress as they try to attack from the middle, and a terrific layout as well by Beeson. Rally continues. Glass Childress going quick and pounded down by Oblad.
Hitting one of those keys early on, Andy.
That was the number one key. They heard it from up here.
They did. You get the middles going. Good things are looking. Good scramble play by Head in the middle back. But it's when in transition, go ahead, set that middle.
And there is some news coming out of the middle block for Atlanta today as it was announced Shelly Fanning will miss the remainder of the year. She suffered a Lisfranc injury in their opening match. She led Atlanta in blocks, was among their leaders and aces last year. She's still on the bench, will still bring that radiance and positivity, but she was such a unifier for this Atlanta team last year en route to the best regular season record. But as we've hit the first of 15 timeout, it's the Vibe leading by 3. The Thrill 15-12, and running the show tonight is the rookie Mia Tuaninga, two-time All-Pac-12 for the women of Troy at Southern Cal, where she was teammates with Allie Battenhorst. And showing she's picking up from that third set against Grand Rapids. That was smoked down the line by Hannah out of the timeout for the Thrill side out.
Cameron Hannah receiving that ball tight to net where she likes it, had a good look before the block arrived to jack that one line.
Coming off a national championship with the Penn State Nittany Lions. Keeley's normally too modest, so I like to mention she was an All-American setter at Georgia Tech, has her number retired, so you have a keen observation of both setters tonight. Tuaninga, what have you liked about her? A very cerebral, clever setter, that much is apparent.
She takes the ball extremely high, and then the fast pop off her hands is so clean. So it's really hard to read if you're a blocker. And as you see Childress doing the same thing, it's that high set delivery, pop off the hands, block not able to get the fast setup on an attacker. Just impressive performance. You might get annoyed with me saying how impressed I am with these setters and their choices, but these are two of the best you'll ever see.
Oblad's been dialed up early. Childress ranges underneath it. Maddox unable to be controlled from the back by Edmond. And now it's a 1-point deficit for Hannah Maddox and the Thrill.
Maddox is a player that watches video. She shows that she was hitting cross court. You had Edmond shifting to the in the middle, staying there, and then turning that line is Maddox.
Serve overcooked, however, for the Vibe side out. Alicia Childress, Pro Volleyball Federation Player of the Week, 55 assists, 9 digs in that 5-set win over the Valkyries, and spotting a familiar face on that Vibe bench because she was Olympic team ace in 2016 with Vibe head coach Kayla Banworth. A joust at the net, and it is smothered by Lewis. Another point for the Vibe.
Corey Lewis all over that overpass. Yet Childress knowing she could get up, but Corey Lewis had it all. And I love that about Kayla Banworth, calling Childress brilliant. When she played, you got Alicia Glass Childress. I've known her since she was 12 as Alicia Glass, but just impressive performance as Childress improves her game year after year. Coach Banworth has nothing but positive things to say. She was a great teammate, incredible leader, brilliant in the game of volleyball, and Coach Banworth being the libero on that team, just showing that the rockin' Team USA, and just impressed with Childress having 3 daughters, still wanting to play this game.
So Kayla Banworth kind of separates Alicia Glass-Childress into 2 categories. There's the volleyball player, Alicia Glass-Childress. Said her IQ was off the charts. She could handle Kayla's tight passes sometimes. They spent 6 years in the Team USA system together. As she said, they went through the trenches together, helped swing the culture. But then there's Alicia Childress, the person, the mother, man. Kayla's got a 4-year-old boy. Seeing what her former Team USA teammate is doing out there, raising 3 young kids, still a baller, as Kayla told us the other day. So the admiration is endless for the agelessly elegant Alicia Childress. Although it's Banworth's vibe ahead of Childress's thrill, 18-15, following the Vegas timeout. Maddox trying to change the speed over the block. That was slowed. Oh, a slide. Got it blocked. Oh, DeFalco lunging to keep it alive. Deegan DeFalco, a season-high 24 digs against the Valkyrie, covering a lot of ground, and she eventually earns the thrill point.
DeFalco coming all the way over, making that save, keeping it alive was just enough. We saw Corey Lewis very efficient on the slide attack the first time Vibe played thrill. This time in transition, the right idea. I'm thinking Tuaninga's going to go right back to it if she gets a pass.
See Lauren Jardine sub in, immediately stride to the service line with the thrill down 2. DeFalco, the libero from Long Beach, California. She certainly knows Mia Tuaninga well, also a native of Long Beach. And how about this? Tegan DeFalco's older brother, TJ, won bronze this summer for Team USA, where he was teammates with Mia Tuaninga's older brother, Josh, who was a setter on Team USA. And their brothers were also teammates at Long Beach State. A lot of intersecting ties between number 91 for Atlanta and number 13 for Vegas.
Yeah, both of those brothers are ballers right there.
Yes.
Can you imagine the backyard volleyball games you could have between those 2 families?
You know, the sisters are ballers, too.
Yes.
I think we're getting huge ratings in the DeFalco and Tuaninga households. As Maddox unloads once again, the outside hitter from San Antonio, Texas, swinging a heavy hand in this opening set, just powering that through the block.
Maddox not looking any further, but taking any shot she can get line, finding some kills.
Edmond taking flight. Leah Edmond terminating to make it 2017.
Nice job, Edmond. The middle back was shifted to the right. Edmond had a lot of court to look at with that cross-court inside corner swing.
She had a negative hitting percentage in the first match versus Las Vegas. I doubt there was any match last season where Edmond had a negative hitting percentage en route to earning league MVP. Now, she did leave her mark at the service line with 5 aces against the Thrill as the Vibe continuing to stretch it out. And another look at that block from the pin by Edmond.
Yeah, one thing, Edmond, if her offensive game is breaking down, her defensive block is still solid. She's been throughout the whole season so far, solid on the block.
Up by Lewis, sails over the net. Maddox off the outside hand of the block. Maddox has a lot of velocity in that right hand.
You know how you hold an L up to your forehead and it usually means something else, but for Hannah Maddox it means line. Finding all the kills today on that line shot.
17 kills, hit 289 in the 5-set win versus the Valkyries. Cutting it loose from the service line. They need to push points, and they get the ace to chop the deficit to 2.
I've called multiple matches of Hannah Maddox at South Alabama, and you saw this jump top spin swing. It could be efficient in the pros. I knew it, and she's shown it today.
This time serving to Hens. Oh, and dumped over by Tuaninga, and that's a point for the Vibe.
Just a little miscue at the net. I know Van Buskirk wants that one back. Overpass. Good hesitation. You saw Van Buskirk's eyes completely on Tuaninga, the setter, thinking she was actually going to set instead of let it go.
Yeah, it just opened up for Tuaninga, her second kill of the set. Time for her for a jump top serve. DeFalco with the overpass. That's chopped by Vicini, but well read by Glass-Childress. Edmond steps into it. Parried at the net. Glass Childress reverses it to Hannah, but got it stuffed. Leah Edmond says meet me in the high rent district, and it's 23-19 Vibe.
This is a great favorable matchup. You got Maddox with Edmond. This is favorable for Vibe because Edmond's Vibe's strongest blocker owning that line.
It was Tuaninga earlier this set who got on that scoring run from the service line. Gets the dig there. Well read by Glass Childress. Maddox has to throw it into the block. Down the line, not dotted. Good idea, but it's sprayed wide for the thrill point.
You saw Edmond try to take that hand and press toward the top fingers of the block to get that tool out of bounds, just missing the fingertips, so it looked like the ball just took off left.
Grace Loberg, third-year pro from Geneva, Illinois, and the University of Wisconsin. Subbing in for Ramon Hernandez-Cruz. Thrill down 3 late in the first. Beeson with the roll shot. Glass Childress with the up. Hannah's had no luck penetrating the block from the near side pin. This is Maddox soaring up from the 3-meter line. Boy, has Maddox been impressive this first set or what?
Incredible. That's her second back row attack kill for Hannah Maddox. This one out of system from the other side. Get you some, Maddox.
She was a 5th-round pick by the Thrill last year. Oh, but she overcooks the serve, and it's set point for the Vibe. And it'll be Leah Edmond, the league leader in aces, trying to close it out for Atlanta in the opening set.
I'm thinking if you get a good pass, why not stay with Oblad in your middle attack? But you're right, this is a good serving lineup for Vibe.
Leah Edmond already 10 aces in 4 matches. She had 12 aces all of last season. 5 of those aces came in the sweep over the Thrill 2 weeks ago. And you know that's in the back of the Thrill's minds. They run tempo, and Tuaninga had that cross-court covered, but the miss hit leads to the Thrill point.
That set was, the pass was right at the net. You had Oblad going away from the setter. That caused a low set delivery and seam look for Cameron Hannah.
And it's handed to serve. Vibe have 2 set points. Tuaninga, the reversal, and that is missed down the line. A little bit of an off-speed swing from Beeson. Maybe she was going for hands, but it lands out. Atlanta calls timeout as it's now 24-23. Bolt 6 confirms the miss hit from the rookie Beeson.
I'm thinking in this serve receive pattern, you got to go Beeson again. But Beeson on that set, she actually was thinking, I want to take the ball line on this, but the set was inside, so she couldn't get all the way over to get that direction more toward the line.
And Mira Beeson in that sweep by Grand Rapids, only 6 kills, had a negative hitting percentage, but a team-high 16 points when they faced the Thrill 2 weeks ago in Henderson. Hit .286 with 14 kills, and still 6th in the Pro Volleyball Federation in points per set. Vegas has already established very early, Keeley. It doesn't matter the set or the point in the match. They are a hard team to put away. They are the queens of the 5-setter and hoping to avert a set 1 loss to the Vibe, who are themselves looking to dust themselves off following the sweep here on Sunday versus Grand Rapids. Hannah once again to serve. Edmond to Aninga.
Oh, wow.
And a lead back off speed for match point. That did not have the look of a match point finish for the Vibe, but great ball control by Tuaninga, lead into the point and a set 1 win for the Vibe.
A one-handed set to the outside to take it. Great job, Vibe.
25-13, 25-22, 25-20 in the third. The Vibe hit 262, held Vegas to 114. Vibe really dominated at the service line. Leah Edmond, 5 aces by herself. Mir Beeson led all players with 14 kills. That was a snapshot, I think, of the ceiling this Vibe team possesses. They haven't quite reached that same level in their other 3 matches, but the way they handled that first set tonight, certainly a good start.
Edmond, we saw the same type of game that she improved throughout the season last year, and then, of course, she was MVP of the whole thing last season. But Tuaninga coming in with so much energy on the court. I think that was missing in a couple of those losses, that energy and fight. Very impressed with 91 getting the start today.
Well, something Caleb Banworth told us about, that her team needs to transition harder. They need to have more urgency when defending off-speed swings, need to work harder off the ball. But I tell you what, Tuaninga's been a ball of energy so far. In that third set versus Grand Rapids on Sunday, the Vibe hit 500. And Tuaninga dished out 13 assists in that third set. And you could tell there was the building of some chemistry there with number 91 out there, and is clearly carried over to the opening set tonight.
And what you'll need to continue to do if your Vibe is that passing game, you got to get your middles involved in the offense, because if you're Thrill, you're going to camp wherever Edmond is. You're going to try to send 2-3 on her, whatever you got to do. Other players need to step up because, like you said, Andy, Thrill, they don't stop fighting.
Taylor Head had a closeout point for the Vibe. She was starting tonight in place of the injured Pia Timmer. Played over by Childress. Hence, Tuaninga pops it to Edmonds, who has it swatted back.
That's got to feel good if you're Cameron Hannah, because Edmonds been just a wall in front of Hannah. This time, Hannah getting a good read off this, head down, seeing exactly where Edmond was taking that ball to get that block.
AVCA honorable mention All-America this past season for Penn State, en route to winning a national title with the Nittany Lions. The swing long from Maddox. 1-all here in the second set.
The right idea. She had a one-on-one opportunity. I think she wanted 2 blockers to give the fingers to take that shot off the hands.
Lewis snaps the serve. Hannah packs it down.
Oh, great job, Hannah. She came inside on the ball to get the angle look off of Edmond's hands. So it's like geometry. You come at the hands a little more on the angle, you get that bounce off the hands out of bounds.
6'1" outside hitter / opposite from Lansing, Illinois. Began her career at Clemson. And the slide attack lands for a point from McKenna Vicini.
There you go. Middle offense come in. You see, this is the second attack behind the setter. Good talking over there, Caleb Banworth, saying, hey, we need middles in this set. This one, Vicini putting that one down.
Vicini, who played last year for the Thrill, was signed in April as an injury replacement for Molly McCage. Vicini, of course, national champion in 2019 with their now Vibe teammate Morgan Hentz. And how about this? You know who was an assistant coach on that 2019 Stanford team? Well, Vicini and Hentz, they were tutored by one Alicia Glass-Childress.
So smooth
that is
off
some
that.
star
that
power.
Is. You got Childress getting that national championship as a player. As a setter, she popped that previous set so pretty. As we see this other pretty pop out of the back row, head coming off of Tuaninga.
And was teammates last year with Corey Lewis at Florida State. Led the team in digs. Began her career at Arkansas. Side out from the Thrill. Cameron Hannah with another kill. She was bottled up in that first set, but the court's starting to open up for the rookie in set 2.
Great job. Coach Hernandez Cruz settling her down, saying go off the hands, work a different shots, just having confidence to keep Hannah on that right side in this set.
First ball contact was solid in that opening set for the Vibe. Not here. Sharp angle on the cut shot.
That's pretty.
Rolled over the 3-meter line by Edmond. Now a slide. Tuaninga has the seam covered. Beeson. And Hentz unable to pop that up as the Thrill stress the lead to 5-3.
Great rally for setting right there. A lean back. Watch that set delivery. You got a moving block at that contact, and Mayfield putting it down.
Mayfield double-double versus the Valkyries, 17 kills, 13 digs. Also had a double-double versus Omaha. Was named player of the game. Oh, what a layup by Hannah. Almost crashed into her bench. And it leads to a point. No, just missed the line. Boy, that would have been pretty had they been able to touch the line. But as you can see from bolt 6, oh, no, it hit.
Un beso.
It is a point.
Right there.
There it is.
Mwah. Kiss on that line.
Well read by Childress. Maddox once again dropping the hammer from the back and his 7-3 thrill. You know, you called Cameron Hannah's matches in the Sun Belt for South Alabama, and you could even tell young into her South Alabama career that this player had pro potential.
I remember talking to her as she's preparing to make the decision to go play for the Thrill, and was like, you can do it. You have insane game. The fun part of watching Hannah, she hasn't even touched her potential yet. Nice back row rip in. Her team is stepping up, even owning the net on the block. Just a good fight we're seeing in this second set coming strong for Thrill.
The block from Childress and Obland pushing the Thrill lead to 5 and forcing an Atlanta timeout. Thrill ahead early in our second set. Alicia Childress and the Thrill up 8-3 early in the second set. Vibe ahead 1-0. Trying to work that slide this time. It's pounded down. Anna Dixon coming in. She was the hero of the Vibes 5-set win versus the Fury. Came on as a double sub in that 5th set. She was terrific. The second-year pro from Florida.
Dixon so strong behind the setter. This time we saw her off of 1 foot.
And a block on the opposite pin from Taylor Head. Head above the net.
Yeah, get that read, Taylor Head. Watch her drop her vision down. Seen Oblad was taking it line, covering that shot.
Here in the third set of the Vibe sweep over the Thrill. Earlier this season, 2-time All-American for Florida State and Arkansas. Now the center dump. There is not a trick in the book that Alicia Childress does not know.
Yeah, so smooth. Her mom was a volleyball coach all throughout high school. Childress was raised in the gym. I've known since she was 12. This is one she showed like she was going to tip and then turned the shot last second, found open court.
And off the overpass, that's chopped down, but a nice read by Edmond. And here is Dixon once more. All right, let's talk about this, okay? Because I think you perked a lot of ears when you told the listeners that you've known Alicia Childress, the 36-year-old, since she was 12. She's a native of Leland, Michigan. Keela Evelyn is from Grand Rapids. You said that you were on winter break during your college career at Georgia Tech. You were watching your younger sister in a tournament, and you couldn't take your eyes off this 12-year-old named Alicia Childress. I'll let you pick up the story from here,
Yes.
Keely.
I remember watching her. I was like, are you kidding me? I call up my coach. I was like, there is a 10-year-old girl that is insane. A 12-year-old girl. She's insane. He was like, oh, sure, Keely, sure. I was like, you have to recruit her. He looked at me like I was crazy.
Who recruits a 12-year-old
Right,
when you're a college head coach?
You know, I was just trying to help my little Georgia Tech program. And then, of course, it's Alicia Glass back in the day, now Childress. just doing her thing with that slam tip. I saw it when she was 12. She was special then. She is a legend now.
Oh, no question about that. Little flick over the shoulder, catching the Vibe flat-footed. Won the Pro Volleyball Federation's inaugural Most Inspirational Player last year. Big swing by Edmond. That slowed at the net. And now the other way, Hannah. A Hannah hammer for the thrill.
That's her shot today. You go line shot down over this time to Aninga, the shorter blocker for Vibe. Hannah had a nice look.
With Childress to serve. Now, your former head coach at Georgia Tech, in the years since, have you
Yes.
told him, hey, I told you so?
You know, he said he remembered me telling him that, and he smiled once she was about 15, 16, recognizing, she's going to go big time.
I wish I had listened to you when
I know.
I did.
I mean, you get in early with kids. You never know what's going to happen.
You know, instead became a 3-time national champion at Penn State, 2-time first-team All-American, an Olympian, a teammate with Vibe head coach Caleb Banworth in Rio. The list goes on. And a block. And this rally goes on for the thrill. The run stretches it to 14-7 on the block from Maddox.
Childress on the service line. Nice job. Maddox getting the read and block covery. And it's so funny. When I was at San Diego State, so I was an assistant coach there for many years, I was the recruiting coordinator all of the 5 years that I was there. Just because I was like, hey, I found Alicia Glass, now Childress, when she was 12. So head coach was like, all right, you're in.
What a rip down the line, but an even better cover by Dixon. To Aninga. Going quick through the middle to Lewis, but DeFalco with the nice dig. Hence this time. Roll shot, but Childress sprawling out to make the dig. DeFalco sets the table for Maddox. Best rally of the match so far. Who wants it? Edmond will finally get it down.
Woo!
Yes. Scrambling all over the court. Can't fault the hustle of the thrill. But Leah Edmond doing what Leah Edmond does.
Finally going off the hands, getting the pop, the defensive swing, but that defensive effort on both sides, impressive. Everyone taking a deep breath.
I think, everybody deserves to catch their breath after that rally. Vibe trailing 8-14. And the service there by Lewis. That is one thing clearly the Thrill have tightened up since their first matchup. They were outclassed at the service line by the Vibe. That has not been an issue so far. 15-8 as we've hit timeout midway through our second in Atlanta. And Maddox leading a resounding second set for the Thrill on top 15-8 over the Vibe after Atlanta took set one 25-23. Keeley offensively, I know it's not as simplistic sometimes as serving and passing. What else have you seen from the Thrill to turn things around in set two?
You know, I think the cover game and the defensive effort is there for the Thrill, but you're right, the passing game and service on this line. You got Hannah Maddox doing it on all ends as you're seeing her take this jump topspin rip.
Edmond taking flight. Good defense at the net. Now Hannah. Better defense by Edmond. Trying to fire up her teammates.
That's how you come out of a timeout and show that you're not backing down. You watch the vision. You see the blockers head down. Edmond getting the total read off of Hannah on the shot.
Edmond's second block of the night. Duaninga has that slow to the tape. Hannah for the point.
And Andy, that is how a national champion bounces back. You block me once, okay. Setter with Childress knows how to build confidence, goes right back to Hannah, gets the kill.
And Cameron Hannah's undeniably gotten better as this match has gone on. Continuing to load up on Edmond. Oh, what a little clever tap. Chipped over the block by Mayfield. You know, when you're a 10th-year pro, 35 years old, you got a lot of tricks and a lot of sets under your belt.
You saw Mayfield just trying to catch hands, wasn't even looking for court, and was pleasantly surprised.
Wow. Service error leads to a Vibe side out.
You have Thrill in a good position right now. You're up 17-10. You're in a side-out game with offensive weapons. You just have to continue to develop your rhythm.
That was Hannah climbing the ladder once again. Cameron Hannah, effortless elevation from the outside.
The pass pushed slightly forward. That caused the block to shift a little bit to the right. Good choice going back to Hannah, giving her that nice look.
She and her head coach, Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, can compare Penn State national championship rings.
Right.
We noted earlier, I'm sure they haven't yet. I'm sure they've fitted Hannah for one. They might not have made it yet. One thing we do know, a Vibe timeout, still trying to stanch the momentum of the Thrill, who've opened up the 19-10 set 2 lead.
USA Volleyball is a proud partner of Pro Volleyball Federation.
Now this has been all Thrill in set 2. And their first road match of the season. We talked about this in the open, Keeley, that they've already shown their resilience within matches. All 3 of their wins this year by 5 sets. But for Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, the next marker of his team's resilience is how well they can play and bounce back on the road when they've been dealt adversity. We know that protecting home court is one thing, but teams, they find a way, especially if they're down a set like the Thrill are. See how the rest of this match unfolds. But I think it's very apparent that the Thrill have quality depth, and they've got a lot of team-wide competitiveness, which is accounted for this 3-1 start.
Depth is everything. That causes the practices to be intense, and that's one thing Coach Hernandez-Cruz talked about, is the ability to fight hard in practice, and everyone competes. That's what you hope for when you put a squad together, especially with professionals, that everyone's just trying to go hard. Nice job. Good group you got going with Thrill.
Searching for that long-sought first ever win in franchise history versus the Vibe. They lost all 4 matches last year, only won 1 set. That's pounded through the double block by Dixon.
I love the idea of getting Dixon in the game. We saw her take over the match against Fury, but this is the energy. She has a good look going off the line arm of Mayfield.
And 4 points against Grand Rapids. Bianca Bertolino subs in for the first time, the rookie from Georgia Tech. And the serve by Vicini. Oh, nobody home. It was dug up by Vicini, but you couldn't guide that to a teammate. Oblad terminates for Vegas.
Just great job. I think Vegas is passing really well right now. You have a lot of setting choices. I think Thrill, if you're going to beat Vegas, you got to take more risks on that service game.
And the shank pass for another Vegas point. A 10-point set 2 lead.
So good. Mayfield did a drop shot right in front of Bertolino, taking something off of it instead of sending her on an open deep shot.
And going back to Bertolino. All-American this past fall for Georgia Tech. Hence the up. Quick through the middle. And the point lands for the Vibe and Lewis.
You love to see it for Vibe, getting the middles going out of transition. Duaninga slightly off the net, still forcing it back, and Lewis was expecting it.
Corey Lewis, who hit .727 in the sweep over the Thrill earlier this year. And they'll go on the attack. On the free ball. Lewis, a little drop short on the slide. Took something off on that swing.
Great job, Lewis, and you find a hot hand. Why not? Tuolinga, go to her. Off a slide attack, over 2 blockers between 2 defenders.
Over 2 and in front of 3. Well done by the rookie. Misses hands, another Vibe point. Ramon Hernandez-Cruz might want to review this, and he does indeed ask for a review.
You saw all of the players on the side of the thrill looking back at coach like, go ahead and challenge it, thinking visually that they saw a touch off that block of Tuolinga.
(21-14) thrill as it stands right now.
You see Coach Kayla Banworth mixing up the shot. Isringhausen getting a front left side swing as we're looking to see if there is a touch. Andy, good news for Vibe fans. I'm not seeing it.
Look at that low press by Mia.
Now that is the replay. Tuolinga saying it pays to be 5'9" sometimes, because if I were a 6'1" setter.
Shoot, I wish I could jump that high being 2 inches taller than she is.
She'd be ready on serve receive. That is crossed from the back by Dixon. Anna Dixon finding her form. Vibe still have a long way to go, but starting to stack some momentum here late in the second. And timeout for Vegas.
Dixon is a player that has so much confidence in her own game. She comes in, she knows what she can do. Tuolinga even going to the back row with Dixon. Just anything's possible when you feel Dixon on the court.
4-0 Vibe run, forcing the Vegas timeout. Anna Dixon appearing in this second set, was member of the USA Collegiate National Team in 2022. Began her career at Kansas State, then Missouri. Grad transfer year at Florida, though was cut short by an elbow and wrist injury. A couple of former Gators on the roster of the Vibe, including Marley Monserrat.
You feel like the lead is safe with Thrill right now. However, the change that you see with it, Dixon and Vibe, that's a good move just to create that energy on the court and just getting some offense on the right side of the court, as we're seeing Beeson pretty quiet today.
Getting some energy back in this Gas South Arena crowd. Vibe controlled set one, 25-23. 21-15 Thrill here in the second. Dixon puts it into the net. Boy, service errors were the bane of Caleb Banworth's existence in that rise sweep. They committed 15 of them in that 3-set loss. 8 of them came in the third set. That's why you hit 500 in the set and you still lose the set. Another rip by Dixon. Gildress beating Maddox off the block touch. Tuolinga. Isringhausen getting some late run in this set. Oh, nice little setter dump by Tuolinga.
Tuolinga save the original rally by getting the touch off the block and then just held strong. Dropped it right and short, making the defender guess and lean back on that. Very deceptive.
There is no way that you can telegraph that setter dump by Tuolinga. Just pulls it out at the last split second. Maddox hammers it down.
On the court right now, between Childress and Tuolinga, we have wrist setters. So the pop off the hands. It's not a lot of arm motion. You can either be an arm setter or a wrist setter. The best setters that exist are pop off the hands.
Were you an arm or a wrist?
Hands down wrist. Come on. There's no chance. The way I jump and move, could I have made at the level I played at being an arm setter.
Meanwhile, Maddox continuing to light it up. It's now set point for the Thrill, 24-16. I figured you were partial to wrist setters.
Oh, you got to be. Deception was everything, man.
Deception, stylish. Tuolinga, the wrist set. And Bertolino gets it off hands.
And what you mean by that is that there's not a lot of arm motion into it. Of course, you use some type of punch, jab behind your arm motion, but Thrill just happy to get out of that set with a nice lead, showing momentum.
Yeah, Bertolino thought it clipped hands. Instead, she sprays it long, and it's a Thrill set victory, 25-16, all level at a set apiece in Atlanta between the Thrill and the Vibe. Back with you in Atlanta. Another week at the Pro Volleyball Federation underway through 2 sets at Gas South Arena. Vibe took the first 25-23 thrill, rebounded in the 25-16 set 2 win. Andy Demetric, Keela Evelyn, pretty impressive turnaround in that second set by Vegas.
Yeah, pretty impressive indeed. You saw Thrill come out stronger offensively. It started with the pass game, and then, of course, the service line's been stellar. But offensively, I think Childress, setter for Thrill, getting a lot of weapons involved, and that's noticeable with that huge lead in that second set.
Now, she is the league's reigning player of the week for a reason. Let's take a look at the other news and notes around the Pro Volleyball Federation. In our third week of action, boy, you get the ticket, but you never know how long you'll be in that seat. Well, this season, you're in there for 5 sets, quite a bit. How about 6 of the first 15 matches going the distance? Last season, just about a quarter of the matches went to 5 sets. Of course, you have the Thrill to thank for that quite a bit, as all 3 of their wins this year have come in 5 sets. Of course, the first win of the season for the Vibe was a 5-set win as well, 1 in 5 sets against the Fury here last Thursday. Now, this Vegas team, a lot still to be settled, but you got to be impressed by a 3-1 start. Not only that they're 3-1, but how they've been doing it as well.
Yeah, you just love it. Going to the bench so deep, and it's so fun to see. You saw Indy, member Mena, killing it for the outside hitter on that team. And then Vegas Thrill, one of the lower teams last year in the middle of the pack, making a late run, now moving all the way up to the top. Nice job all around with the Pro Volleyball Federation. The depth is there.
And they've certainly ridden a great atmosphere at Lee's Family Forum into that 3-1 record. This is their first road match of the season, but they're still trailing, as is the rest of the league, with the expansion in the Ignite, who next month will host the inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Game. Sort of taking a page out of the Vibes playbook. First-year franchise, but just lighting it up offensively.
It's the speed of the game. You see at any level, if you can stick that pass at the net with the setter inside that 3-meter line and run into offense, you can go fast. And we're seeing that with Ignite. Just a lot of speed in their game. Using the back row attack's been impressive.
And the first PVF Player of the Week award went to a member of the Ignite, a former Vibe outside hitter in Lecator, member Mena. So what do the Vibe need to do to recapture their form in the third set? They really controlled most of that first set, even though it was a 2-point set victory. But what do they need to rediscover out of the intermission?
I think if you find Anna Dixon on the right side earlier, you get her going offensively, and then, of course, running a middle attack. But I would start going to the right side and then reestablish middle, and then, of course, then go to your outside. But you know, if you're Thrill, you're going to try on the outside. And Dixon got it going. She had 4 kills in that set. So you got to feed her until she stops.
Alicia Childress, Morgan Hens, Leah Edmond. Who else from these 2 teams may we see next month in Fishers, Indiana, for that aforementioned inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match, February 22nd in Indy? Boy, what a treat for this league. Unprecedented, and you know it'll be a packed house in Indy as the stars come out for that PVF All-Star match. All knotted at 1 set apiece here in Atlanta between the Vibe and the Thrill. Set 3 is right around the corner. Evelyn, great to have you with us tonight for the Vibe and the Thrill as we take a look at some of our first set highlights. Mia Tuaninga, the rookie from Southern Cal, getting the start at center for Caleb Banworth's Vibe. Hannah Maddox, a match-high 12 kills for the Thrill. Getting some great passing from the Olympian, Alicia Childress. I know you've been really impressed so far with Maddox.
Yeah, pretty impressive. You got Cameron Hanna, and Hannah Maddox. You got, it was all Maddox first set for Thrill, and then Cameron Hanna lit it up in the second set for Vibe. You got Beeson strong on that first back row attack, but Dixon coming in that second set really showing up some good numbers offensively. More things are happening for Thrill right now. Can Atlanta hold tough and get some more offense going? That will be the question we'll watch.
It's been a balanced offense for the Vibe so far. Leah Edmond, a team-high 5 kills. Dixon Lewis have 4 apiece. No aces yet for the Vibe, and that's certainly a reversal from their opening match with the Thrill, in which the Thrill just had no answer for the Vibe service game. And so Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, stoic though he may be on that Thrill bench, has to be pleased with that because they're not giving ground in their serve receive. And that was something when we talked with him before the match, he was really keen on. They had to stick that first pass, be very disciplined against that Vibe defense, and starting to oblige him a lot more in set 2 to level things up.
Right now with Vegas, you have a 41% kill percentage. That means over 400 I'm batting percentage like 400, but 41% are going down as kills. Finding offense is not the issue. Can you stay strong on that passing game? Your offense is loaded. Childress doing a good job mixing out for Atlanta Vibe. You got to get your pass going and serve more aggressively. You can't have Childress just at the net running offense. So you're going to see a lot more risk taken here in this third set.
Any adjustment you anticipate from the Vibe, even more so here in set number 3 as we take a look at Tuaninga along with Taylor Henn, both of whom getting the start tonight.
You know, as we expected, Dixon getting the start on the right side. We saw her come on in that second set. Watch her get a lot more sets here, set deliveries here in this third set. So Dixon getting that start. You got to get Head going on the outside. You can't just have a quiet attacker out there. So Tuaninga, I think we're going to see the speed game going outside the Head, knowing that's her type of game, going fast.
Yeah, the outsides to begin this set are Head and Dixon. No Merritt Beeson. Beeson was held in check in those first 2 sets, Keeley. Just 3 kills in 15 attacks, hitting 067. I know she's only 4 matches into her career in the PVF, but we saw her enough at Nebraska and Florida to know that's highly uncharacteristic of Merritt Beeson as Edmond swings away and starts our third set. And she gets the ace.
There you go, right out of a long break. Coach Banworth said, go ahead and take the risk. I'm behind you, you gotta do it. Just to put a good service strong, going deep, right to the deep corner.
How about back-to-back aces? So that gives Leah Edmond now 12 aces this season. She had 12 all of last season, even with the 3 aces that the Thrill have gotten tonight. As a team, they only have 12 aces this year. That'll be a service error by Edmond, but yeah, Leah Edmond does have as many aces as the Thrill team combined.
I remember playing professional volleyball, and that's what teammates would encourage. Say, go, you got to give your A game because these players can pass at this level. So good and strong, got to do it. As we're seeing that low set, we called it, Andy, a low set delivery out to Head. Great job putting that away. The ball hardly clearing the height of the antenna.
Yeah, give and go with Tuaninga. Had 2-time AVCA All-American, splitting her career between Florida State and Arkansas. It's a 3-1 Vibe lead early in the third. Make it 4-1 on the block.
Changing up the rotation as well. We see Dixon in front of Hannah right now. Just instead of Tuaninga, you get Dixon. She's a stronger block on that line shot.
Childress reversing it
gosh.
to Hannah. Teeing off down the line.
When you see your middle playing left back, so hence that's the time the libero for Vibe is out for a serving rotation. You attack the middle who is defending left back. The great line shot by Hannah.
Throw came in second in the PVF and kill percentage, 38.2%. Clever around the block from the middle by Lewis.
So smooth. The defense not able to get a good read and set up because of the set, how fast it comes off. You saw Childress in there for the hard shot. Nice changeup.
Caleb Anworth told us for the Vibes match versus the Fury that Corey Lewis has the potential to be unstoppable in the middle for the Pro Volleyball Federation. And how about Tuaninga getting in the blocking act to make it 6-2 Vibe and an early timeout from the Thrill.
Rotationally, that's the matchup. Vibe wants Tuaninga against Mayfield instead of Hannah. Nice job on getting the rotational change, Banworth and staff, just to get the right matchups going for you, taking the line. Vibe is up.
If you want to have a block party, make sure you invite the setter. Tuaninga makes it 6-2 Atlanta. The Vibes handed Dixon to serve out of the timeout, and much like that 5-set win the Vibe claimed over the Fury, Dixon providing a spark midway through the match. And a quick wrist from the pin, but that's slowed. DeFalco with a nice cover down the line. Mayfield again can't penetrate it. Dumped over by Tuaninga.
Are you kidding me, Morgan Hentz? The court coverage. She was in the strong shot and then comes all the way over to make that on point for Tuaninga to send over.
Yeah, just whip crack position on the defense by the libero of the year last season in Morgan Hentz. And the Vibe now on the attack. Lewis has it turned away. Tough swing by Dixon. Boy, the torque by Dixon. That did not have a promising look off the bump set, but somehow crushed it for the kill.
Anna Dixon is so confident. Watch her out of system, still with the hand control. You saw the wrist over placement. Nice job, Dixon.
And just terrific body control. This will get a lot of velocity on that swing. Lane Van Buskirk with the side out for the Thrill to make it 3-8.
Colin Van Buskirk at Pitt. The speed is another player that you look at her like in college saying, you're going to play pro one day.
Lane Van Buskirk and Corey Lewis didn't overlap very often in the ACC, but you can only imagine some of those battles they would have had in the middle. Van Buskirk, the Canadian national team member by way of Pitt, like you had mentioned, and Lewis, the rookie from Florida State.
Speed,
Another
man.
one, thunder down by Head. Yeah, it's that speed set by Tuaninga starting to open up some seams for this Vibe outside.
That is exactly what Vibe needed. Speed on the outside to get some more offense. Nice job, Head and Tuaninga with the matchup. Oh, gosh, that's pretty.
Man, they are throwing smoke now. That's Mayfield. Woo!
Gosh, we're seeing those are two good sets back to back. So the lean back, watch it. She holds the block just enough. Lewis not able to make the full close and step over. Nice job giving your hitter a strong look, Childress.
And the Pro Volleyball Federation recognizing what France, Switzerland, Finland, Germany, Hungary, Peru, all those countries in their domestic leagues came to know about Allison Mayfield. She can hit some bombs. That's tapped over by Childress.
So smooth. Yeah, Mayfield on the outside ripping balls, and then your setter. Don't sleep on that slam tip. Childress loves it.
And just the veteran outfoxing the rookie there. One-on-one through the middle. The service error by Maddox stretches the Vibe lead to 4.
You got Corey Lewis, the middle for Vibe on the service line. So watch to see if Thrill tries to take their attack right at Lewis and left back.
It'll be an out-of-system ball if they can. Hannah swinging towards Lewis. Didn't matter if it was out of system. Hannah knew whom to target for the side out.
That's exactly how strategy goes in hand control at this pro level. Everybody knows where they want to place it. Hannah taking the line shot.
It's a 9th kill for Hannah. Big swing. Anna Dixon taking flight from the back.
And a fantastic play call. So you had Vincini going a slide attack. She took the block, and then the set back row inside Dixon with an open look, back row swing.
And the Vibe tormented the Thrill with those go-behinds and the slide attacks in Henderson earlier this year. Using that as the decoy on that last side out. Hens with the up. Long way to go. To the rescue goes Head. And popped over high by Hens to extend the rally. Hens once again with the layout. Pinpointed to Aninga, but the block by Maddox.
Maddox saved the day on that one. Vibe had a good block and read on it. Maddox taking it all the way over. Watch the read, getting the line shot with the right hand drop in, taking away the seam.
Fast tempo. Edmond can't muscle that through the block. Maddox once more. Pinpoint deep cross by Maddox, who continues to lead the way for Vegas, and she cuts the deficit to 2.
Maddox had to earn her way on the court this season, but that competitive spirit really showing strong continuing through in this third set.
Had to earn her way on the court, but the way she's playing tonight, she may not come off it. Miscommunication there off the redirect, and it's now 11-10.
That type of competitive spirit you need in a professional setting. That fight every single day, that pushes each other, and then it helps grow your game. You're seeing Maddox showing strong.
Boy, and they could not have a better person, not only feeding them, but mentoring them in their setter, Alicia Glass-Childress. Opportunity for the Thrill to tie this third set up. Hannah. Nice one-handed dig, but the net violation, I believe, called on the Vibe. Point Thrill, we're tied at 11.
No strong argument. There was a lot of net motion, and the ball cleared the net, so it was a net violation with the block.
Quick through the middle, and it's Dixon who swats it down.
Dixon is a special player, so she's been a middle in her previous playing time, and then a right side as well. Dixon running a middle type of attack. It's low and flat, a distance set in the 3 zone to the kill.
Good first contact, and the side out from Van Buskirk.
Gosh, between Oblad and Van Buskirk, the slide attack, which is off of 1 foot behind the setter toward the right antenna, it's lethal. Childress going strong.
And Buskirk played with the Thrill last year in the 2023 season in Italy. And now it's the Thrill who've shaken off that slow start. They've regained the lead 13-12 here in the third.
These are strong blocking patterns for Thrill with Hannah in the front row as well.
Oh,
gosh!
That was a laser by Dixon. Blink and you will miss it. Holy cow.
To Aninga, we saw it all at USC, the middle feel. Oh, Dixon. I want to see some more of that, popping that ball.
I don't think the Thrill want to see more of that.
Just some pretty volleyball, man.
Both teams getting into a rhythm. Childress dishing to Mayfield. The up from the back by Edmond. And thrown down by Hannah. A lot of open court in front of Cameron Hannah.
Such a strong just read by Hannah. She recognized all red jerseys, which are really nice today, rocking that legacy red jersey. And Hannah finding open court with no red in that corner.
Thrill were down 8-2 in this set. Now serving and up 14-13. The off speed by Lewis, not quite in sync on that middle attack. A reset off the block. Mayfield once more. Sharp inside the block.
And here comes the Thrill.
And we've hit timeout as the Thrill have found their balance, found their bearings, and they've found the lead. 15-13 over the Vibe in the third. The rookie Cameron Hanna joins Hannah Maddox with double-digit kills, 10 for the rookie, and helping the Thrill to a 15-13 set 3 lead. 2 years at Clemson, 2 years at Penn State, capped off by a national championship last month. You've watched this young woman since he was a freshman at Clemson, and you can witness, Keeley, her growth and development now into a pro player.
Cameron Hanna was over the block then, and you're seeing that elevation just continue to grow throughout her career.
Well, speaking of over the block, Anna Dixon.
Seriously, Anna Dixon. You know, if Beeson's going to make her move on the right side just to give better opportunities, why not play Dixon in the middle? What were you seeing, those middle type of attacks and the power she's got? You got to find a way to get Dixon on the court.
And it's Dixon to a knee, getting the dig. Mayfield trying to pound it cross court, misses the line.
I think that's the first serve to transition, finally point. Vibe has gotten in a long time. So that was we earned that point on that to push instead of get a quick side out by Thrill.
Back tied at 15. Mayfield block touch, pushed up by Hentz. Down the line, ripped for the point by Head.
Tuaninga, the setter for Vibe, touching that ball off the block, slowed it down just enough to get the transition game. That's what it was, a nice low ball out to Head for the kill.
Charity Looper subbing in momentarily for the Thrill with the Vibe regaining the lead 16-15.
I love watching Charity Looper. That just puts a smile on my face, seeing her enter the court.
Part of that national runner-up team with Louisville, 5'9", but she can elevate. To Aninga. And the point. A little bit of a change in arm speed there by Head, but that's back-to-back kills for the rookie. And now the Vibe take the 2-point lead.
You can almost feel what Kayla Banworth, the coach for Vibe, said. You have to earn points, fight hard, get transition kills, and you're seeing Vibe coming out strong, switching that effort in transition.
That's something she talked about somewhat pointedly with her team following that sweep by Grand Rapids, just playing with more urgency when defending off-speed shots and working harder off the ball, and it's starting to add up here. That service here cuts it to 1.
You know, that was a great run by Dixon on the service line, but you have Thrill. One more rotation with Cameron Hanna and a 3-hitter front row rotation for Thrill. So if Vibe can get this side out, you're looking a little better.
Former national champion herself, Grace Loberg with the Wisconsin Badgers on the service line. Off speed, it's Dixon. Not just swinging for power, Keeley.
No way when you see number 9 playing down on that service line. Nice job. Watch the defense with Loberg stepping in to pick up that tip. Just smart play by Dixon.
Vibe were up 6 early in this third set. Thrill them were up 2. Redirected, DeFalco is there. To Aninga. Snapped down by Lewis.
You have to earn points in the professional levels, and there's going to be no gimmies right here. Nice block, good touch, Nice transition, middle attack. Tuaninga's got that feel of Corey Lewis.
Vibe lead 19-16. It's a Vegas timeout here in the third. So the Vibe versus the Thrill. And something I did not know, but you pulled it out of the hat last time we called a match. Caleb Banworth, Vibe head coach, almost came out of playing retirement to join the Thrill last year for Fran Flory.
Pretty impressive. She said she trained. She started training for it, really wanting to do it, but training, hurt too bad. She was like, I think I'm going to stick to coaching.
Could have reunited with her former Olympic teammate, Alicia Glass-Childress. You see the Vibe's first-year head coach. Former head coach at Ole Miss. Former decorated player not only for the University of Nebraska, but in Team USA. Yeah, she was certainly in training with the eye of joining the inaugural season of the Pro Volleyball Federation, but Mother Time had other ideas, but she found her way to a Pro Volleyball Federation bench. Now head coach of the Vibe, checking the stats, checking the scouting report. Her team up 19-16. You see Sadie Paul Hamus, one of your former college assistants, beside her.
Incredible female coaches in this game, but two of the best leaders you've seen with Team USA with Banworth and Childress.
Hans jumps in front of that. Edmond soaring up, smashing it down. An in-rhythm swing by the MVP, Leah Edmond.
Exactly what you said. Watch that pop off the hands. Clean delivery, not much motion. Boom! In flow is Edmond for the kill.
A sixth kill for Edmond, and the ace pushes the Vibe lead to 5.
It was the second to last timeout that Vibe took, really changed whatever was said in that timeout, and I believe it was earn points in transition. Fight hard. We got to show a little more effort. Vibe switched up the game, came out strong.
Clean serve receive. Mayfield puts it away.
Oh, you got that set going low. Mayfield got a moving block, and she's so crisp with that snap and direction. Defender not able to come back on that left shot.
A 10th-year pro from Kansas. She was coached at KU by Omaha head coach Laura Bird-Coon. Also served as a volunteer assistant for Bird-Coon at Texas A&M.
Now, if you know Bird-Coon,
you know her well because she was your teammate at Georgia Tech.
Like she just want to be around Bird. She's just somebody special. If you have a chance to get to know Bird, you just will become instant best friends.
You might even become her volunteer assistant. No,
Right.
At service air, the Thrill could ill afford to make it 22-18.
There's not too many people I'd be tempted to go back into coaching, but Bird is one of them. Don't ask me, Bird. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Don't get any ideas. We like it too much up here in the broadcast booth. Mayfield hammers it.
Gosh,
You get Mayfield in rhythm, in her swinging pocket. It is a wrap.
That's a good quick side out. You saw the jump. Vincini just thinking Childress was going to slam tip, and that great choice out to Mayfield on that set.
Mayfield coming off a double-double in the 5-set win over the Valkyries with 17 kills, 13 digs. Trying to keep the Thrill within range so they have one late third-set rally in them.
You got Edmond in the front row in 4 Vibe. Dixon swinging out of the back row. Tuaninga is a front row setter currently. So only 2 front row attackers.
Where do you think they try to go with this?
I mean, you got to go Edmond if you get a good pass, but if the pass comes forward, use Dixon in your back row.
Instead, go to Dixon. Trying for the deep cross. That was covered well.
Yep.
Back to Dixon. Tuaninga crosses it to Edmond for the kill.
It's like the accordion game. You move forward as a setter, you work the long ball back, giving Dixon 2. That opens up Leah Edmond with a line look and power shot.
Yeah, power shot, move and block, and Thrill couldn't slow it down. 23-19. Tuaninga taking a rip. DeFalco controls that. Oh, but out of sync, trying to go through the middle with Oblad, and it's set point for the Vibe.
That's hard to do for Carly Graham coming in off the bench, third set, trying to get that set middle connection, but Vibe sitting pretty as they fought hard to pull off a set point.
Some of the Vibe's best scoring runs in this match have come with Tuaninga at the service line. Hammers that into the net, though. But the Vibe have 4 set points. See what Oblad can do.
Bad news for Vibe. You got Dixon in the front row, another fast offense option.
Edmond, clinical. And set 3 belongs to the Atlanta. 25-20. And a 2-1 lead. Tuaninga has been dishing. And Edmond, she's been detonating. And the Vibe back ahead over Vegas. The Pro Volleyball Federation's reigning outside hitter of the year, Leah Edmond, finishing off the 4th set for Atlanta Keeley.
You got 15 points on the night for Edmond. 2 of those aces, putting up 8 kills, but just coming on late and strong. Edmond's so strong on that block game, but the offensive speed by setter Tuaninga is just the connection is there. Edmond's got to put on a complete performance because you know, Andy, the Thrill love to go 5.
They are the queens of the 5-setter, so buckle up if you're a Vibe fan. As we get set for our 4th set, Leah Edmond hit 500 in that 3rd set on Sunday versus Grand Rapids with Tuaninga as her setter. She, Taylor Head, Anna Dixon, they rotated an outside hitter in that 3rd set for Caleb Banworth, and they started to find some rhythm.
Yeah, the rhythm is there. That fight off a transition, getting block touches collectively as a team. Vibe really came out strong and pushed the lead for Vegas. You come back to serving aggressively and getting that first ball contact, mixing up offense. You got some good middles. Why not keep getting them ball if you get a good pass?
Meanwhile, the Thrill will try to force a 5th set, but for the first time, they won't have that Lee's Family Forum crowd to propel them. On the road for the first time this season. See how well they can dig deep and get this to a 1st to 15 scenario. Led offensively tonight by Hannah Maddox's 13 kills. Cameron Hanna has 10. 12 digs from DeFalco and 11 from Childress on top of her 37 assists. Just another day in the life of Alicia Childress, right? A double-double.
Yeah,
I think she wakes up with a double-double.
Yeah. I want to be Childress when I grow up.
You saw her way back when she was 12 years old at a club tournament. Little did you know, all these years later, you'd be calling her match.
And I vividly remember it.
It's too exciting. You can't be yawning down there. Gas South Arena revved up on this Thursday night. Hope you're enjoying the show. Another week of the Pro Volleyball Federation. Andy Demetra and Keely Eveland. No, I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Vibe wearing their legacy red uniforms for the first time this season. Thrill sent to serve to begin set 4. Always creative with the signs at Gas South Arena.
You're going to have Maddox matched up again with Tuaninga as they wrap around. This is a more favorable matchup and rotation for Thrill.
Oh, great first ball. And thrown off the outside edge of the block by Dixon.
So smooth. It was a double quick, basically. So you had Vincini come off the behind the setter's head, and then still a low ball out for Dixon for the moving block off the hands.
That gives Dixon 9 kills. Remember, she did not play in the first set, and there's a block from the opposite pin by Head.
Nice job, Head, getting up. 5-10 coming all the way over and getting that stop on Hannah. Watch that read, guys. That's how you protect it and get the bounce off of Hannah to make sure it's your point.
Yeah, a little ricochet off Hannah. Earns the point for the Vibe, 2-0. Tuaninga underneath it to Lewis, to Falco with a good read. Edmond playing some defense. Head steps into it and rattles it through.
Taylor Head out of system. She had 2 blockers in front of her. Hit her last 2 steps and had a little more deception. Took the change up off the hands of the line blocker.
3-0 Vibe. Remember, the Thrill trailed 8-2 to begin that third set. They rallied, retook the lead by 2. And they'll get their first point via the service here, which will bring Willow Johnson to the service line. First time we've seen Willow Johnson, the former Oregon Duck, 50-year pro. Played last season with the Mojo. Coming off 4 kills, 8 digs in the victory over the Valkyries. Out of system. See what Head can do with it. Oh, clever.
So smooth, the finesse of Head. We saw it when she played at Florida State. The mix-up and change-up. Watch Head reading the shot, getting a little deception on the change-up, dropping it short with the roll.
Childress off the reversal, and that is overcooked by Oblad.
And you have to do it, though, to balance out the court, because you know Vibe's block is going to commit on Mayfield. So going back to the slide, getting that action on the right side is important.
Yeah, there was a lot of space cross-court for Oblad on that slide, but timing was off. And the miscommunication now for the Thrill. It's 6-1 Vibe.
That was one of the keys of the game for Vibe, the communication and unity throughout. You're seeing a lot of talking. Look at the energy turn into each other on that. Head bringing some fight, Dixon coming in, and of course Tuaninga always brings energy.
So once again, the Thrill will have to dig themselves out of an early set hole. 6-1 with Dixon to serve and long.
Only on the 2 missed serves, or Thrill's getting the side out. For Atlanta, you got to feel pretty good about what you're doing defensively.
Shaky might be putting it mildly. The service game for the Vibe in their last match versus Grand Rapids. Looper with the service error right back.
Checking out rotationally, you have Childress still in the front row. Hannah Maddox is in the front row, matched up with Tuaninga. This ball, I'm thinking right away you're going to see if Hannah still has the hot hand. Yep.
Oh, great scramble, but, Lewis and Hens collided into each other. Neither could get clean contact on it, and they can't get it over the net.
So as a coach, you always figure out the rotations of where your other team is starting. How can we get the matchup we want? For Thrill, this is the matchup they wanted. They wanted Hannah Maddox against Tuaninga. Strong attacker against the shorter blocker.
See if they can mount a rally off it. Morgan Stout, rookie from Wichita State, at the service line. Hence backspins it to Tuaninga, and the pipe shot from Head hits the line.
The hand control and power finesse game by Head is impressive. That ball was set inside and still Head finding a way to send it to right back.
And now Taylor Head leads the Vibe with 10 kills. Remember, getting the start because of Pia Timmer's ankle injury that she suffered against Grand Rapids, as the Vibe continue to extend the lead up 2-1. 9-3 now in the fourth.
Tuaninga saved that play. All you had to do is touch the block, slow it up, get a transition play. Dixon's so clever where to drop that shot.
Thrill out of sync. They'll try to restore order with the timeout. Vibe a 9-3 lead and trying to close out the home win over Vegas. Andy Demetric, Evelyn with you at Gas South Arena as you take a look at Anna Dixon, the rookie from Florida. And as she helped flip the complexion of this match from the third set on. Maddox with a rocket, but it is long.
The right idea, Maddox was trying to get that line where she found a lot of success early on in the match. Just taking this one long.
Not quite the same level of effectiveness from Hannah Maddox that we saw in the first two sets. She'll take another crack. Kept up by Head. That was a long stride by Dixon, and she mishits it.
The right idea. You have a decent lead, but no lead is safe, as we know with Thrill. Thrill's back in a three-hitter front row rotation with Willow Johnson on the right.
Edmond. A great layout by Head. And it's Edmond crushing it down. Edmond will get the point. Ed might deserve the credit, though.
I love Leah Edmond coming on. She just works her way into the season. We saw the same thing last year. She ended up MVP of the league. Edmond feeling confident in her game. You love to see it if you're a Vibe fan.
Yeah, Vibe serving up 11-4. Remember, Keeley, last year, the Vibe started 4-3. It was a modest start, but then they got into a groove and didn't stop until Omaha. They won 15 of their last 17 regular season matches. That one clips the tape and out wide for the service here from Tuaninga. And so certainly you don't want to overreact by the Vibe's 2-2 start. They try to deal the Thrill. Only their second loss of the season. Of course, their only loss so far has come to this Atlanta team. So the point being that it's still hard to make any generalizations about any team so early in the season. Because at this point last year, I don't think anybody could have anticipated the Vibe finishing the regular season 19-5.
And that's one thing when you're out of rotation, you can call that in a serve-receive pattern, but in that base pattern, you can stay on your blocking if your team is serving.
Hence, feeding Dixon, and she hits it into the net.
You can almost feel it coming in, Andy. Here comes the Thrill. Just a little hope, a little glimpse, not letting the lead get too far away from them. That was a big point.
They have lived up to their nickname this season, have they not? All three wins have come in 5 sets. Edmond off the block touch. Too much smoke on that swing from the MVP as she tries to keep that rally at arm's length.
Edmond knows the stats. We're not going 5 with Thrill. I'm going to do everything it takes. This one, a strong power shot off the hands.
And 5 of Vegas's 8 wins last year were 5-setters. And so they just had a knack for it. Now, Thrill finished last season 8-16, but riding that home court advantage to an early 3-1 start. Trying to force a 5th set, Lane Van Buskirk on the service line. Another side out from Head. Tell you what, Caleb Banwerth's 2 starter is new to the lineup in Tuaninga and Head. They have both contributed.
There's something special in your rookie year. It's like a freshman in college. You have nothing to lose. You're just happy to be in this moment. A lot of energy we saw throughout college. Now with Head on the outside, always brought it.
11 kills for Head. Got to keep your head on a swivel when she's been swinging tonight. Childress underneath it. Big rip by Looper, but it's dug up in the corner and put away off the tool. Taylor Head.
You got the dig. Your middle just stuck a hard pass in transition. Watch the energy coming into the court. Like, nice job, middle. Vincini picking up the dig.
Yeah, and Vicini now to serve. Sprays that 14-9. Taylor Head has been carrying the load for the Vibe here in this fourth set. Willow Johnson try to squelch that momentum at the service line. Transition opportunity. And Lewis didn't know where that was. Got spun around off the block, and the point for Looper.
You got Looper coming in and showing some power, this time with a little movement in the block. The blockers hit the ball, got it, but looked up and couldn't recover.
Looper did not play in the Valkyries match. Had a double-double on opening night versus Grand Rapids. Actually led the Thrill with 12 digs in their first meeting with the Vibe. Looper sprawling out to keep this rally going. Snug set. Just has to be tapped over by Head. Through the block on the slide. And maybe that comeback starting to mount for the Thrill. The kill by Stout.
That's exactly what we know Stout can do off the bench. This is the depth you see with Thrill. Going to Stout off of 1 foot. Gosh, Childress saying, I got confidence in everybody. Let's make everyone great.
The rookie from Wichita State coming off 7 kills and 10 attacks against the Valkyries. Off speed over the block. Another one by Johnson, the left-hander. Head off speed, and somebody buzzed the challenge mid-play.
Calling a net violation throughout.
Mm. And net violation against the Vibe. And all of a sudden, Atlanta's lead is shrunk to 2. Crowd trying to urge on the home Vibe. Head, sharp angle, misses the line.
Andy, this is where it pays to have depth in your bench, fresh legs. You got Willow Johnson coming on the right, Looper coming left, Stout in the middle. Coach Hernandez Cruz going to his bench.
Vibe are up 5 early. It's down to 1 here, trying to close things out in the fourth, but this Thrill team hard to kill. Timeout for Atlanta. Andy Demetric, Keely Evelyn, great to have you with us tonight on our YouTube coverage of the Pro Volleyball Federation. Vibe lead the Thrill 2-1. Vibe opened up an early 5-point set for a lead. It's been cut to 1, trying to snub out that momentum with the timeout, and they will get the timeout service error. A Keely Evelyn favorite.
Yeah, ice in the server. That's Coach Banworth's point right there.
And with that, we've hit another quick timeout. 15-13 Vibe. Don't go anywhere. Now the Vibe ahead of the Thrill, thanks in part to Taylor Head. How's she been effective tonight, Keely?
I love her speed off the block. That's a good one, even trying to get that touch. Coming back, just her fight and get it again, girl. We're talking about you, so why not come up with the block? That's it, showing so much attitude today, pulling her team together. This one getting a read, almost solo. Nice job, Lewis, helped with the close, but that was all Head right there.
Yeah, head and shoulders above the rest there to snub out the slide. Vibe back up 13, the block touch, and the point. Stout this time, able to pack it down.
I mean, imagine you have pockets and they're just so deep with tools. You can bust out Stout off of 1 foot behind the setter. She's been on the bench, now showing so much offense back there.
Stout at Wichita State led all middle blockers nationally this past year in kills per set. She was second nationally in points per set. And that one unable to be kept up by Dixon. Point for the Thrill. They've cut it to 1 once again.
If you're Maddox, you're thinking about this throughout the match. Okay, I got Dixon making a late read down the line. I bet I can get her again. I don't think that's going to be the last change-up shot we'll see by Maddox.
Serving to Edmond. Lean back swing, though, by Head. Easily handled by Maddox. Give and go to her. Misses the corner. 17-15 Vibe.
You saw it's a yo-yo game. Maddox, I got Cameron Hanna and Hannah Maddox all. I would just go first and last name. I know both well. Getting the short shot and then trying to work this one deep. The idea was there, just missed it long.
Maddox hammers it. Bumped up, though. Edmond will push it down the line. Is the slide open? It finally is. It looks like Dixon was well positioned, but the miss hit leads to the Stout point.
The right idea, you can see Thrill coming at Dixon to make her play defense. Stout so lethal behind. That's 3 for 3.
And with Anna Dixon getting so much court time, remember, she has usually been a late set, late match sub for Caleb Banworth. So even though these are all professionals and high-level athletes, it's inevitable you have to wonder about the stamina of somebody who's been somewhat modestly used this season. Tuaninga sticks the pass. Edmond on the roll shot. Johnson has the cover. Maddox soaring up, smacking it down, but violation on the Thrill. It'll be a Vibe point, 18-16.
Ooh, that is one Maddox wants back so badly.
Oh, yeah,
the right look.
Yep.
Just turn it toward the antenna, making it go out.
Yep. That's exactly what it was, because that line was there, Keely. Point Vibe. Not enough depth on that swing from Johnson. And the Vibe up 19-16.
So those missed swings by Maddox on the outside, 2, 1 long, 1 off the antenna. That caused the momentum shift. Vibe rolling right now.
And a timeout for Vegas. 19-16 Atlanta, up 2-1. Trying to shake off that sweep they suffered on Sunday versus Grand Rapids. Moved to 3-2 on the season. Of course, won't have to wait very long for another match with the Thrill. They head out west for the Mojo and the Thrill next weekend. Thrill continues its road swing to Orlando later this weekend, and you see the communication in the middle of that huddle. The outside hitter, Leah Edmond.
You see, we're right there. Edmond saying you got Fanning, another leader for the team, even injured, saying we're right there with them. Let's stay on it. We know exactly they're going to, with Stout in the back row, she's in the service line, just was taken out with the libero switch. You have Maddox on the outside. That's been getting your offense. So just identifying where Childress would like to go. Now that you're in the 4th set, you've learned tendencies, and then getting a block touch to transition playing Vibe, looking strong.
And Maddox, you see there, number 11, keeping that shoulder limber, and for good reason. She leads the Thrill with 15 kills tonight. She is loading up, but got it blocked. Tuaninga was there. Vicini was there. And the Vibe lead by 4.
Tuaninga feeling the party coming around. That's it. A little skip, jump, and a hop on that.
Former Woman of Troy, standing tall. Sets up Edmond, who buries it. Leah Edmond, that is an MVP kill. 21-16 Vibe.
That ball was above Tuaninga's hand, and still, nice fast pop. Get you some Edmond one-on-one, feeling the power and energy.
Tuaninga up to 42 assists. And Tuaninga couldn't do much with that. Side out for Maddox.
Anything it takes. So Maddox using the block to get a little redirect. You have Cameron Hanna stepping back in on the right side. 3-hitter rotation. Good one for Thrill.
The league's player of the week, Alicia Childress. Oh, the slam tip to Tuaninga. Busting that out late in the fourth.
Gosh, even a rookie, but a leader on the court. The deception, because she takes it so high, she can just use that wrist over slam tip so quickly. It's hard to read as a block, harder to read as a defender.
Pro Volleyball Federation getting to know number 91, and she dials up the ace to put the Vibe within 2.
A little dance party going to her teammates as well. If you watch Vibe's social media, those pregame dances, the energy, Tuaninga leading the way.
And trying to lead the way late in the fourth. Fourth round pick of the Vibe this year. Another jump top serve. Tamed by Maddox off the give and go. The block touch. Dixon tries to slap that. I think it hit the antenna. And the point goes to Vegas.
A fantastic pass out of that for Thrill to keep setter at the net. And then you give a little motion for the block with Maddox. She's going to come up with the kill.
Now Maddox has to push points at the service line. Thrill have 5 aces tonight. Edmond, and that's a Vegas point.
Looked like a net violation on that. Yep, Vegas coming up with it. Now, you have Maddox on the service line. It's a jump top spin. So the pass will determine everything because it's a hard shot coming at you.
A lot of smoke on it. Cheney, decent touch, make that hen. Swinging from the back row. DeFalco, not quite in sync there with Looper. Edmond's turn, packs it down, and it's match point for the Vibe.
That was an out-of-system play. Head took it off a middle back, hence was out of it, and then going for power. Edmond taking that strong swing.
And it'll be Edmond to serve with the Vibe ahead 24-19 in the fourth.
Game.
And an ace gives Atlanta the win. Leah Edmond leading the celebration for the Vibe from a sweep on Sunday, holding off the Thrill in 4 sets here at Gas South Arena.
Fighting together with so much team energy and unity. Vibe stayed together. Such an impressive setting performance that we saw with Tuaninga, and likewise with Childress, a legend on the side of Thrill. Good volleyball overall. At no given point did either team stop fighting. That's what you love to see with Pro Volleyball Federation.
Well, the Thrill just could not will their way into another 5-setter. Leah Edmond, Mia Tuaninga, and the rest of the Vibe put it away in 4 sets. Atlanta improves to 3-2 on the year. The Thrill fall to 3-2 as well. For Keena Evelyn, our entire crew, and to Demetra, thanks once again for watching our coverage of the Pro Volleyball Federation.